Time for a quickie. This is that time. Put 10 minutes on the clock, and all of my guests get 10 minutes. We're going to break down all this.
Sounds like your quickie has a headache, Brian.
Oh, my God. My quickie was not ready. I was not prepared.
Of the night.
Not prepared for that quickie. I was not, like most of us aren't. You know, it just kind of happens, and you go for it, and you run with the ball, and you grab it, and you fucking seize the day. But it's time for a quickie. I'm going to start that clock right now. We're going to take 10 minutes on the clock while you guys vote and talk about the latest breaking news. It's time for a quickie. I'm going to the panel right now. All right. A lot going on as always. I know GR cares about Miley Cyrus's health the most. So are you shocked that Miley, your girl, your soon-to-be loved one was doing that? And why didn't you stop her, GR? Why didn't you stop her?
Well, it was typical of youngsters today. Daddy told her not to do it, so she had to do it.
Yeah, but that's not cool. Rub her on the freaking sidewalk and get in there. What's more cool is Taylor Swift getting her content back, of course. These two big pop stars. Who's making the best life choices these days, GR, in your book?
Amen.
Who do you think's making the best life choices, though?
I think I'd go with Taylor.
yeah. And
I'll go with Taylor.
And if you had it, and here's my biggest question. And the Kruse verse wants to know this, GR. Okay? If it came down to life or death, which concert would you go to? Tay-Tay or Miley? Come on, GR. Hit it hard.
There's no doubt about that, Tay-Tay.
There we go. Great. Just like Pep style, right? Pep.
Ew.
Yes, sir.
You be at that Taylor Swift concert tomorrow.
All day, all night.
All night long. Are you shocked
I like Miley. Miley's good, but Taylor's one of the best.
Ew. Yeah, man. I know you love them both. But do you think it's surprising that Miley was rubbing around on Hollywood Boulevard like that? You wouldn't do that, even for a snackety snack, would you?
You never know.
She's on ice.
Get a little hungry, I'll be out there.
Oh, damn it, Peppy. You're going to get fucking STDs too, man. Careful.
No, I didn't say I was out there kissing and rolling around with anybody. I said I'd be out there.
Okay. All right, buddy. You be out there. But I'm just saying, careful what you lick, Peppy. That's all I'm saying.
I don't lick a whole lot.
I've seen you lick a lot.
No, you see me lick my food and my bottles of water.
And your balls.
That's about it.
Your balls.
Hey, leave his balls alone. All right?
Who said that?
Ronald did.
Who do you think?
Slow your roll, pal.
There we go.
Slow your roll.
Ronald's more excited about Frankenstein than Peppy's balls, though, I think. So, what do you think?
Leave my balls alone.
Ronald, what do you think about that Frankenstein trailer, man?
I think that looks fucking insane. Welcome to Hollywood, man. That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about. Of that. Right?
Yes.
All of that.
Yes.
Guillermo del Toro has been trying to make this movie for a long time.
Guillermo's amazing. Yeah.
No applause, right?
Yes. It was funny. I kept waiting for Johnny Depp and Winona Ryder. For some reason, I don't know why.
They're going to pop in somewhere here. It feels like old school, kind of almost like Tim Burton in a way, too. That kind of
very Tim Burton, very TV. Yes.
Yeah. What do you think about so we keep talking about all these lawsuits and these allegations. We got Weinstein, we got Russell Brand, we got this Dr. Odyssey one. Are people jumping on the bandwagon a lot, or do you think that Hollywood's that messed up, Ronald?
A little bit of both, I think. But it's interesting when one person does something, and there's two, and then there's four. Everybody wants on it. Everybody thinks it's going to be an easy payout. Maybe it was at the beginning, but it's not anymore. But people are still on it. It's ridiculous. The pendulum has definitely swung too far one way, and it needs to balance back out. It was definitely over on the other side, which was not 100%. Good. But now it's just, it needs to balance out.
Weinstein would not testify. They would not let him testify. They would have killed his case.
Oh my God, he would have totally killed his case.
I'm like, well, she wanted it.
That just shows you he is just ego. That's all he is ugly ego, like a bag of ego.
Yeah, 100% ugly bad of ego.
Yeah.
I just don't dig Weinstein. I don't believe a word he fucking says.
Nope.
I just don't believe him. That's a great name, man. Yeah, I don't know what we're talking about. I fucking just don't believe him. I think that overall, too, there's so many things. Ronald, remember back in the day, and I've only been in the business for 18 years in Hollywood professional, right?
Holy wow.
So back in the day, I remember when I first started here, there were a million jobs. So you work 5 days a week, different shows. But also, we could joke about certain things.
Oh.
And you know what? And jokes were fun. We could because it got us through the days sometimes. And I do see that pendulum swing. I think we went too far one way. We used to be able to joke about some shit that was like kind of ridiculous. We'd laugh. And now it's like, can we say this to each other without being like having a problem? And I think that there are problems though with it. There are problems with that. How far you go. Oh yeah. But I do think we could watch it a little bit.
I'll tell you one of my funny little Ronisms. It's short. I was in my 20s, so I was much younger, and I'm standing in front of the stage, and a wardrobe comes by, and they're pulling a rack of clothes and stuff, and I'm like, "Hey, nice rack." Now, can you get away with that now? I don't think so.
No, you fucking can't. No, you can't. No, you can't. You can't, Jonathan. You be canceled.
With that, sure. Sure, but that's the line.
It was loud all over the stage, all over the outside of the lot.
I will say this though, there are a lot of fucking predators that have been here, and I think the Harvey Weinstein is a good, like, we got to stop that. I've been saying for a long time, we got to stop that shit. There's still people that haven't been caught that have mistreated people on set that are out there. And you know what? Honestly, the pendulum has to sweep on those people. They have to be stopped. They have to be stopped. And
but there's a difference, though, right? There's a difference between a hug that lasts too long and sexual. What do you call it? Predators.
To the same person, yeah, you can tell. But to people that are just opportunists, it's you and I know what a long hug is. Absolutely, it's uncomfortable.
Yeah, there's those long hugs. You're like, I totally release my hands, and I'm putting them back again, and I release the hands again, and it's still happening.
Look, some people would say you're at work, you shouldn't be hugging people anyway.
There's that too.
But when you're spending 16 hours a day with these people, it's definitely a gray area with Hollywood.
We're a traveling circus. That's what we are.
Freak show.
I think
very well said.
We could fix this a little bit if the courts just said, hey, managers, producers, whatever, you handle it, or just everything's shut down, nobody gets paid. So fix it or say goodbye. That way, everyone can't be so litigious, because that's really what it's about.
That's all. Yes. I like that. I like that approach.
And look at our people, John. We got Russell Brand. We got this Dr. Odyssey thing. We got Harvey Weinstein. We got a lot of people in the breaking news is happening to. It's like, are you shocked by that? And do you think that any of these people will actually change the dynamic to make people feel safe at work?
Well, to be clear, when I said what I just said, I'm not referring to the Russell Brands or the Weinsteins. I'm referring to the gray areas. Mm-hmm. If we nip it in the bud, so to speak, so that the gray areas stop, then we won't get as far as the Weinsteins or whatever.
Don't need to.
Yeah, but I don't think there's an excuse for doing that. No matter what the industry, just because you're making movies doesn't mean you're allowed to abuse people.
Yeah,
you don't go to the drugstore and ask the cashier where the Q-tips are, and she grabs your crotch and drags you over. She's not going to do that. Why is it okay on a movie set, but not at a drugstore? You know what I'm saying? So it's just we're not that special. We're just making movies.
Hey, Brian, do you remember craft service? Remember craft service on Mel and Joe?
Yes.
The first one. The first one, remember that? Remember he just disappeared?
Oh my God. Yes, you're right. I forgot about that.
Now, his son, who was on the spectrum, made a comment to one of our actors, and then he was fired. His father was fired, yeah.
What was the comment?
It was something inappropriate, but it wasn't horrible, but he was on the spectrum. It's just he didn't realize what he was saying, and he also did a lingering hug to her.
Was it inappropriate, or was it received as inappropriate? Because
it sounded inappropriate to me. It sounded inappropriate, but you on some things you need to consider the source too.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Pepstar, how do you feel about all that? So there's a lot of crazy people like Weinstein that are out there. The Russell Brand stuff. Is there anything you can say to people that you've been on set a lot, Pepstar? Anything you can say to people about how it should actually work?
Don't sacrifice your morals for fame. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna last long. And you're gonna look real stupid.
Yeah, there's some stupid people out there too. There really is, Pepstar. I know.
Can I add something to that, Brian?
Yeah.
Don't sacrifice the ownership of your content and your art for fame.
Yeah.
Don't
do that.
sign it all away like Taylor. You need to retain some ownership if you're the one that created it.
I can't believe that actually
with
happened.
that one, she was kind of tricked into it.
I do too. That's what was my impression.
Then
seemed
find
like that.
better management.
Yeah. Well, she
I'm
got rid
not
of it.
blaming her. I'm just saying.
I agree with you 100%. But when you with somebody and you believe that they're gonna look out for your best interest, but then roll you over, you find out at the wrong time. So it happens sometimes, but you got to do your homework and you got to put good people in your corner.
And Taylor should make that announcement to all of her people and say, don't make the same mistakes I did.
Yep. And that's what she do.
Quickly, I was watching something on Instagram, and back in the 70s, early 80s, Barry White was talking about owning your masters. Woo!
There we go, Pep Star. You own your master all the time, don't you, Pep Star?
What?
All of my masters.
Wait, what?
Well done, sir.
Wait a minute. Not talk about going overboard.
Yep. Guys, great quickie, everybody.
Yo, player, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when we are live. And if you are able to join our Patreon, please join. Because the Pep Star needs more snickety snacks. Because I'm hungry. Holla back. Love y'all.
Control show.